Okay, everyone, it's Tuesday, which means another week of football has gone by. So it's time to look at Week 6. How did Madden and I pick this? And speaking of 6, we agreed on 6 games, disagreeing on 8. So look at those 6 games that we agreed on first, as I always do. Starting with the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We both picked the New Orleans Saints to win. Madden by a score of 15-7. Final score was not as close. It was actually 31-6, but the New Orleans Saints did win it, and we are at 1 apiece. Let's move on to the Detroit Lions and the New York Giants. We picked the Giants to win by Madden by a score of 21-10, and the Giants won by a score of 28-20. And you can make that 2 right for us. Okay, Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. We both picked the Chicago Bears to win, Madden by a score of 42-19. I didn't really agree with that score. As it turned out, real life didn't even agree with the winner. So it was the Seattle Seahawks who won by a score of 23-20, and we're still at 2-all after 3 games. Move on to the Bay Area matchup, the Oakland Raiders and San Francisco 49ers. We each picked San Francisco to win their first game, Madden by a score of 23-0. Final score was actually 17-9 for the 49ers. So they did win their first game, which means we are at 3-all. Okay, so it was basically the marquee games that we agreed on next, starting with the Sunday night game, which was Indianapolis at Washington. We both picked the Colts to win, Madden by a score of 23-20, and it was not that far off. It was 27-24. So Indianapolis won, and we're at 4-all. Okay. And the Monday night game was the last game that we agreed on, and that was the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Madden and I picked Tennessee to win by a score of 45-31. And Tennessee scored a lot, but Jacksonville did not. Final score was 30-3. So after the 6 games we agreed on, we did pretty good in those 6 games, because we're at 5 apiece. Okay, so that means there are 8 games that we did not agree on. So, I'm going to run those down. Okay, starting with the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I picked Pittsburgh to win. Madden picked Cleveland to win for some inexplicable reason. For some reason, Madden likes Cleveland. I can't put my finger on it. Madden picked Cleveland by a score of 24-10. Score was not that far off. It was 28-10. But Pittsburgh was the winner. So you could make it 6-5 for me. And that was the score last week in Week 5. So you can see how far ahead we are now. Miami and Green Bay. I picked Green Bay. Madden picked a 29-23 Miami victory in overtime. And Madden was right about one thing. It was in overtime, although it wasn't a touchdown that won it. It was a field goal. And Miami did win it 23-20. So you can make it a 6-6 game now. San Diego and St. Louis. For some reason, San Diego's had lots of problems on the road, no matter who they're playing. And St. Louis has had lots of success at home, no matter who they're playing. But I picked San Diego. Madden picked St. Louis by a score of 28-23, and Madden got that one right again. It was 20-17 for St. Louis. So Madden is up 7-6. Okay, Baltimore, New England. It was a pretty tough one to pick, but I picked Baltimore. I thought their defense was a little stronger. Madden picked a 35-17 New England victory, and it was close. It wasn't. It was much closer than 35-17. It was 23-20, but Madden was right again. It was New England, and you can make it an 8-6 Madden lead right now. 4 games to go. Kansas City Chiefs and Houston Texans. I picked Houston. Madden picked a 13-7 Kansas City victory, and that one I got right. Houston won the game by a score of 35-31, and you can make it 8-7. Okay, Atlanta, Philadelphia. This was a hard one to pick. This is one that on Monday when I made my preliminary picks, I picked Atlanta, but over the course of the week, I decided to change my mind and picked Philadelphia. Madden stuck with Atlanta, 33-27, And I was right to change this one, because Philadelphia won by a score of 31-17. So with 2 games left to go, we are at 8-8. Move on to the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. I picked the Jets. Madden. Denver's another team Madden seems to like a lot. They picked Denver by a score of 24-14. And final score of that game was 24-20 for the Jets. So it is now a 9-8 lead for me with 1 game to go. So if I get one more right, I seal the victory here. So let's move on to Dallas, Minnesota, which was another very difficult one to pick. I ended up picking Dallas because of Favre's off-field distractions and because he's got a sore arm as well. So I picked Dallas. Madden stuck with Minnesota by a score of 28-21. And looks like not a lot was bothering Favre. Well, he didn't play a perfect game, but Minnesota did win the game by a score of 24-21, which means that Week 6 ends in a 9-9 tie for Madden and I. First tie that we've had. So let's look at the previous total scores that we've had. I was at 42, Madden was at 38. So if you add 9 to each of those numbers, that means I now have 51, and Madden now has 47. So that is where we stand after 6 weeks. With that's 4 victories for me, 1 victory for Madden, and now we have our first tie. So let's look ahead to some of the Week 7 matchups, and there's quite a few good ones. Philadelphia plays Tennessee. Don't know if Vince Young is going to be back for that one, but looked like a kind of a serious injury. If it kept him out that long, that also could have been precautionary as well. Cincinnati plays Atlanta. Pittsburgh at Minnesota. As far as a battle of the bottom teams, we have San Francisco and Carolina. Washington, Chicago play each other. Arizona, Seattle could turn some heads in that NFC West division, which is kind of up in the air right now. New England plays San Diego, and at Sunday night we have Minnesota, Green Bay, and on Monday night we have the New York Giants and Dallas. The teams that are taking the week off, we have Detroit, and 3 good teams taking the week off, Houston, Indianapolis, and the New York Jets. So that is the way Week 7 looks. I'll have those picks for you in a few days, and until then, I will see you. Have a good day.